Hello and good afternoon. Our team is thrilled to introduce to you all the garden game. But before we do that, let's have an introduction from all the team members.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aizat. I'm a military spouse. My husband serves in Air National Guard.
Hello, my name is Jason Rideout, and I'm a 5-year United States Navy veteran.
Hi, I'm Luis, and I'm a 5-year United States Navy veteran.
Hi, my name is Timothy Cummings, and I'm a 10-year veteran in the United States Air Force.
And last but not least, I'm Zachary Jarrell Thomas, a 6-year veteran of the United States Air Force. Are you someone who's interested in testing out their green thumb, but doesn't have the time or physical space to plant your own personal garden? Do you find yourself going the less stressful route, playing games such as Farmville or Harvest Moon in your spare time to scratch that itch? If this sounds like you, you're in luck. Garden Game is an online, real-time desktop game application. It is a single-player game where users are able to plant seeds, grow flowers, and collect money experience points through harvesting. Users are encouraged to compete with other players of the game via the leaderboard. Our team's goal was to create a fun and easy-to-play game for all ages to enjoy. Now, without further ado, let's join Tim in the garden.
Thank you, Drew, and welcome everybody to our gardening game. In our garden, there are some rules that we like to call the law of the land, which you can view by pressing this button here on the bottom of our menu screen. But don't worry about that for now. Let's hop right on into the game. You click the top button in the menu, it takes you to the login page. And I'm going to log into a new account to simulate what you would see when making a brand new account. And here we are, your very first garden. It's empty right now, but that's where you come in. If you click on one of your garden plot points, a menu will appear to give you some seeds to buy to plant in your garden. It's small right now, but don't worry, it will grow as you level up. When you select your seed, a small mound appears in your plot point. If you click that again, a separate menu will appear to allow you to water your plant. Your plant's not going to grow without water, but as you notice, the amount of water that is on your plot point will dissipate over time. It looks like this flower has fully grown. So if we click on it one more time, now we can harvest the plant. When you harvest a flower, you gain some experience and some currency that you can use to spend on different flowers. Now that I am level 1, I can click on another plot point and I have access to some more flowers. We can go ahead and plant these, and you'd follow the same steps as you would with the tutorial flower. The soothing music that you hear in the background, as well as all of the sound effects, can be controlled with the interface at the bottom right-hand screen. Let's go ahead and jump into my personal garden so we can see some more advanced and higher level flowers. Here you see on my account, I'm level 3, and I have access to a couple more flowers, so we can go ahead and plant some of these. You may be noticing that our flower names seem a little silly. That's because all of the names are based off of people inside of our cohort. Just like before with the tutorial flower, we have to water each and every plant to get them to grow. As you see here, we have an Augie Beauty, which is based in Chicago, and a Timid, which is based from New Orleans. Now that I've harvested some plants, I have some more experience points. If I check the leaderboards, I can see my other gardeners. Looks like I'm a little bit behind Jarrell, and I don't know about catching up to John. One of the cool things about our app is that the weather updates in real time per the location that you are currently in. So if it is snowing, it will be snowing inside of your game, as well as raining. Don't worry though, this doesn't affect your garden and you can grow flowers in any condition. If we come back to our home page, if you notice the sun in the top right-hand corner, clicking this is an Easter egg that'll show you all of the creators. Our profile pictures are clickable and will open up straight to our LinkedIn profile pages. And speaking of Jason, let's turn over to him so we can talk about some of the technical aspects that were used to build this garden game.
Thanks. To create a garden game, we used a variety of technologies using programming languages Python and JavaScript. Django handles our database operations. We store usernames with their associated gardens and statistics. Our database models center around the user model, which we extended with relationships to the garden and profile models. The user's profile contains the user's experience, level, and balance of in-game money. Garden contains the size of the garden to allow easy expansion. And our team chose to store plants in another model to easily add new plants. Finally, plants that have been planted are stored in another model and removed when harvesting. Our design choices were based on scalability and looking ahead to potential new features. Along with Django, we chose to use Django REST framework and JSON web tokens. Web tokens are an easy way to ensure only authorized users can gain access. In this case, only players who are logged in can perform actions in the game. Django REST framework has built-in interactivity with JSON web tokens and easy access to information for quick development. The visual display of the game is the user's first impression. Our team used React for its responsiveness and efficiency in rendering only parts of the app that change. Players can see instant changes without refreshing the web page. And for developers, React components allow for object-oriented design and instant program feedback with every code change. Much of the styling of HTML components was provided through Material UI. This includes anything from buttons and tables to sliding volume controls and pop-up boxes. And what video game is complete without animations? Our team chose to use GreenSock Animation Platform, also known as GSAP, to meet the responsiveness we desired. GSAP enhances animation development by hiding most of the underlying code, allowing us to focus more on timing and effects. GSAP also adds timelines, which allow animations to be joined, resulting in more detail. To deepen the connection with the user, we chose to display the current weather the user might be experiencing in their real-world location. And to do this, we used IPify to get the location of the user's IP address, which we send to OpenWeatherMap API to get the current weather. The resulting weather is displayed in-game. Lou, can you tell us how it all came together?
Yeah, sure. To keep ourselves organized and on schedule, we implemented strategies from scaled, agile framework. We did daily stand-up and stand-down, planning poker, pair programming, and incremental design. Along with all this, we had a 2 approval requirement for a pull request to be merged. This allowed other members to get insight on what is changing with the project. Now, I'll transition to some of the challenges we encountered. We face challenges with merge conflicts, live share, and our APIs. Merge conflicts were an issue at the start and were taking up a lot of time as it would require more than one team member to resolve the issue. We got better at this, ensuring we merged all current changes of the main branch with our feature branches before we made a pull request. VS Code live share was an issue when pair programming. We'd have instances where we were completely off sync and the editor was slow to apply changes. This made it difficult to test changes because the host editor was still catching up. With our APIs, we had to change which API we use to grab the player's IP and location. The first API we used started to have high latency issues. One other issue we were facing was that our weather API was hitting its quota with all 5 of us making requests at the same time. Now, I'm passing it to Izad, and she will talk about the stretch goals for the game.
Thank you, Lou. Although we are very pleased with our game, there are a few stretch goals that we would love to add in. The first being a community garden. Having the ability for multiple users to get together and grow flowers in a communal garden would show teamwork and promote users to compete for the best spot on the leaderboard. We would also like to add hindrances to the garden. One idea was insects that would attack your flowers and would stop the growing process unless you added pesticides. One other thing is to utilize the background weather to affect flower growth. If it were to be raining, then the user wouldn't have to water their flowers. And if it were a really sunny day, then the water timer would go down at a faster rate. Finally, we would like to add an expandable garden, where as the user leveled up, they would have access to expand how many plots they have to grow their flowers. Now, with that being said, we would like to open up the floor to some questions and comments.
Thank you, Garden Game team. We have several questions coming in from the chat. So had you thought about making this an application that could be used for actual gardeners, like the ability to plan out a garden, how different plants interact in a positive versus negative way?
I could take that one. We had considered adding in loading screens real planting information and tips. Although adding in a game feature that allows the flowers to interact, like having one flower that maybe discourages bugs from coming or grows better with other flowers. I think that would be a good feature to add, but for stretch goals, definitely.
Awesome. Is there a way to win a game? And if you do win the game, do you get the title of Master Gardener?
I can grab that one. We were considering adding other forms of the leaderboard. So the one that was demonstrated in the video was based on experience. Another one that we were considering using was overall currency gained for the lifespan of your account. And I do think that adding in titles to those would be a great feature and could be something that could be implemented.
Were there any alternative GSAP animation tools that you considered, and why did you decide to use GSAP?
We had done some animation before using GSAP, and when I found GSAP, that reduced a lot of the code and style sheet lines. So most of it was done in like, I don't know, less than 5 lines to do certain animations, and it just made it so easy. It was definitely worth getting.
Awesome. What was the biggest technical hurdle you as a team had to overcome?
I could take that one. I know a big hurdle for us as a team was, for a lot of us, this is the first time we used React's user context. And I know that we experienced a lot of bugs that one of them took us over like a day of debugging. And we even had to have like a whole team session just to see if have everyone's eyes on it. Maybe somebody could have some input for us. But yes, we had problems with saving the user's information with the context. On reloads, all the information would disappear. And we also had issues with the sound. When we had the sound in context and we weren't getting all the sounds to toggle on and off correctly, but we were able to solve all these issues.
Cool. How about the non-technical issues, working as a team in different time zones and just overall communication?
I can take that one. I think like it was new for us, like the working together, but overall, I'm very happy to be in this team. And I think overall as a team, we were really good. So no challenges by communicating, just over communicating. Yeah.
Great. That concludes the questions for the garden game.